Morning everyone, welcome back to my not so quite so daily crafty chat. Today is May, note that it's May. If I ever going to say March when I'm not talking about something I bought in March, please note it's May 19th. It is now later than I thought, 9:45 in the morning, and I'm Heike, you're watching Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, and today I'm going to try to record that second video. Please apologize the long intro, but I thought it was worth having two clips of pretty much the same thing because that never happens. Anyway, I didn't do any diamond painting yesterday, which is probably not a big surprise to anyone because I have talked at length about how I do not like that painting I'm working on and why. So if you're interested in that, go back to yesterday's video. It's like today, right in the beginning, diamond painting is going to be the first segment always. And yeah, have a look why I'm not so fond of that painting. So today I brought coffee. You saw me make it. My fancy coffee maker, which was, full disclosure, pretty expensive, but worth every single euro I paid for it. So I didn't do any diamond painting, but I decided that I'm going to pull out the rest of these Chinese Zodiac mini crystal paintings I still have. As you can see, I still have 5 of them I haven't done. The rat, the dog, the monkey, the goat, and the pig. And I'm going to complete those. The rest of them I already have completed. I just have these 2 finished here in this pack because I bought these as one purchase and I probably kept them together to do a post review in the end. It's been so long now since I bought this that I can't even remember why I do things. But that's my suspicion why I kept them together. It would make sense in my brain. Anyway, I decided to do at least any diamond painting at all this month. I'm going to do these small ones because and apologize for the glare. It's horrible once again. Let's see, can we? No, we can't move that really. Excuse me. Yep, that wanted out on camera. Of course it did. I am sorry for that. What was I going to say? Yeah, I enjoy these little paintings. These are the last I have in stock that are not done yet. But I would like to, so I can see if I can make something out of these Zodiac things. It's actually not a big secret. It's going to be a book, probably a children's book with the paintings in it, and on the other half of the page, the back of the page before that, there's going to be a few things about either the animal or the zodiac sign. I haven't decided yet. Probably the animal, if we think children's book. So I thought that would be maybe an idea. But the fact that I didn't diamond paint doesn't mean I don't have something to share with you, and it's something super exciting. I was a few days ago contacted by one of my top 3 favorite shops. Yeah, at least top 3. Might be top 2, because on top of my head I can't think of number 3. So let's say top 2 favorite shops, DIYmoon Shop. And they asked me if I would be interested to be one of their ambassadors again for an artist lounge they are going to do very soon. So if you are new to this channel, DIYmoon Shop already asked me to be an ambassador back in December and November when they did their, I guess it's now an annual Christmas charity event. And they sent me that wonderful kit by Sybil Art, and I had one kit to give away, and we are going to talk about that in a moment. And it was so much fun. I love pouring everything into this. So I think my Instagram and my YouTube videos have never been so advertising, I guess. But it was for charity, so why not? And DIYmoon Shop is hands down one of the best shops out there. So I'll always going to say yes. I don't know who the artist is yet, so I can't share that with you. All I'm going to share with you is basically all I know at this moment, and they are being very secretive. Let me tell you, I need to know right now, but I don't. So, they are going to launch a new artist. They have asked people to be their ambassadors again. So what DIYmoon Shop is going to do, they are going to ship out mystery parcels to the ambassadors. I think they said this week. Yeah, I think they said this week. Then all the ambassadors will have a simultaneous reveal of the artist. And then we will run a contest and a raffle. So pretty much a bit like the last time where we had one painting we could give away. This time around, there is the first prize is a diamond painting kit from the new artist of your choice. This time it's not a particular kit I'm giving away. You can choose from that particular artist though. And you will also get a free version 3 special treatment for this painting. So if you've never seen DIYmoon Shop paintings, they basically offer special treatments for all their paintings, and I have a few of these special treatment beads because I tend to not use them, bad me, here with me. So for example, for the painting called Drift, the last one I did, I had purple AB, and I apologize, I have chocolate underneath my nail. I straightened my couch and I noticed that one of the blankets had chocolate on it. So I did what I don't want to wash this, housewife does, and tried to scrape it off. And yes, having a nearly 40-year-old boyfriend is like having a 4-year-old boy. Obviously, I have chocolate on my couch. I sometimes wonder. So that they offer different types of special treatments for your paintings. So these are, for example, electric diamonds. And these are... what are those called? I have forgotten. I think pink opal is what the stones are actually called when you buy them. But I don't know what they call them. So these are the special things you can get. And version 3 treatment is usually the throw everything that you can throw in there. So that's going to be amazing. And it's worth a lot if you buy a special 3 treatment. So yay, that's an awesome prize. Yeah. And that is what I'm looking forward to share with you, because I am super excited about that. I hope you are super excited about that. Quick note on the contest and the raffle. Last time they didn't give us any rules on how to do that except to draw 2 winners and send them 2 winners, so they could make sure that not 2 ambassadors had drawn the same one, and if they did, they could use the secondary winner. And otherwise, it was completely up to me how I was going to draw the winner. And I am, if this stays the same, which I'm going to assume at this point, going to do different right this time is, you might have noticed, I have spoken about this before, and it has been in the description of every video I've made since. I have created a contact sheet. It is the most basic of basic contact sheets because I am adhering to the European data privacy law. I am not asking you for any information like home address and stuff like that. The only things I am... yeah, thank you, Lola. The only things I am asking you for are your name, your YouTube handle, if it's different from your name, so I can find you when I look for you, and your email address so that I can go and contact you instead of having to rely on you to see my announcement and then contact me again. Because that didn't work out last time at all. Neither my first nor my second winner contacted me. So that was quite a bummer. Anyway, this time around, unless they give us rules, I will ask you if you want to enter this to fill out this form. It's literally just these 3 informations. I'm not going to ask you for anything else unless you win. Then of course I'm going to contact you and I'm going to ask you for this information. If you have not filled out this form at the day of drawing the winner and you are drawn as the winner and I can't find you in this collection of forms, I'm going to redraw, I'm sorry. Because this time I would like to actually be able to give my prize away to someone without having to wait for weeks in between and redrawing and redrawing and redrawing, because that's frustrating. I mean, I know that a lot of people only watch these videos basically if they say you can win something, but I would have assumed that at least a big portion of these people will check back in to see if they maybe actually won. Or is that just me? Anyway, stay tuned. The timeline for this is, like I said, this week they are going to ship out the packages. The grand reveal of the artist is planned for June 5th, and the winner draw will be on June 20th. So, but that's all the details I have. I have no idea if I am supposed to draw my own winner or if they are going to do it. I'm pretty sure there will be an announcement from them as well. I will keep you posted. I think these daily videos are actually a very good forum to keep you up on date on that. Alright, so that's diamond painting, and considering I didn't do any diamond painting yesterday, this was a long segment. If you are only here for the diamond painting, thank you for watching. I hope you will be back tomorrow. Quick note, as I said, on Thursday there will not be a daily video. There will be a diamond painting final review up on this channel. And on Friday, I learned yesterday, there probably won't be a regular floss tube. The boyfriend has the day off. He decided to make it a long weekend, so I'm currently thinking about trying to film when he is already asleep. Because he goes to bed way earlier than me these days. He's getting old. Don't tell him I said that. Or if I just throw up once, and I mean as in throw it up on the channel as content, not barf all over you. Words are dangerous this morning. I'm not drunk, I swear. I haven't even taken a sip of coffee. Maybe that's it. I'm going to put up. Let's say put up. I think that's also not a good choice, but that's what I'm going to do. Maybe one of these, of the Stitchy unboxings I haven't shared yet, because I have at least one Owl Forest kit I think I filmed and haven't shared yet. I have another one I have not even filmed yet, so I could do that as well. Ha! See me plodding straight on camera. So anyway, all the people who are going to drop off now because they don't want to see stitching and after that knitting, thank you for being here. I hope you're back tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and bye-bye. All right, let me put that away so I can see my screen on my screen. Stitching. It won't surprise you that I finished Strutting Tom yesterday. And isn't he just adorable? I think I've mentioned that before. I'm completely not into the whole turkey thing. Thanksgiving is not a thing in Germany. The hype around the turkey dinner is not a thing here. But this turkey, he just kills me. He kills me. He's so cute. This took a lot longer than I thought it would. I only had to fill in the light blue-gray boxes in the turkey, and I had to add these little arrows on his butt. But this actually, I think it took me another 4 hours to do. I probably was not the most concentrated. I worked on him while I edited yesterday's video a bit, and afterwards I decided to not to divert my attention too much, but I think in the end it has been something around 4 hours. I might overestimate that though, I don't know. I'm not actually stopping my time usually, so I wouldn't know exactly. So I did switch out 2 colors that I didn't have, and I was not willing to wait any longer for that wonderful shop that has now had my order for nearly a month. On the 24th, it's going to be a month. Has not contacted me why my order is not shipping out. We still remember they claim to have still 1 to 2 working days processing time for orders. Everything I ordered was according to the shop in stock, so nothing was back order, according to the shop. And yeah, not a word from them. And I am thinking about filing a PayPal dispute right now, because I am peep. I noticed I had said a bad word yesterday on camera, so I'm going to try to avoid that today. I know I have no children watching, but who knows? Maybe you are watching with your kids, I have no idea. So I was not willing to wait. That's why I decided to switch out 2 of the colors. First would be the blue. This is actually supposed to be a touch greener than it is, and I didn't have that color. There isn't one that matches exactly. There are a few that are close, but one is this blue, which is just blue. There's no green in it. Another one would have been a lot more on the green side than the original blue. And for a hot second, I thought about blending the both and see how that looks. But then I thought, no, you are not going to blend. Forget it. So we didn't do it. Same for the brown that is used here in his feathers and on his butt here. This is actually, this is color 800 that's supposed to, yeah, this is color 801. And the one I was supposed to use is 300, which is a bit more reddish. It's a mahogany color, but once again, I didn't have that. And this is one of the closest shades that I could find. There are tools on the internet to find the next best shade to one you don't have, but what I actually would recommend, if you don't already have that, get one of those. This is probably one of the best investments I have ever made. It did cost, I think, 25 euros, so it's not cheap, but it's so worth it. You can check every color. I've used that if I buy fabric on Etsy, for example, from 2 of my favorite shops, because they are in Europe and actually super fast with custom orders, Barbarell and X2 Designs. They usually refer DMC numbers to give you an estimation what the fabric actually looks like, because it does not always match the picture. This has been a lifesaver, because I have purchased fabric I wouldn't have purchased without this, and I have not purchased fabric I would have without this. So this is actually totally worth it. And as you can see, you usually have, for example, 827. That's the blue I was supposed to use. That is the blue I have used. As you can see, they look pretty close on camera. The other alternative they told me to use would have been this one. As you can see, much more blue than this. Much more green than this. And that's how you can navigate and see what color actually fits best. And I've noticed that the tool on the internet I've been using has offered me the same substitutions, but I didn't always agree with them. So, for example, for 300, which is this color here, oh, and that's Nelly in the background. That's a very loud Nelly in the background. For 300, keep that in mind, they told me to use this color as substitution. which I could have, but for my liking, that this is way too red. This is a straight Bordeaux red. Oh, a cat fight going on. And another one they offered, but not at as the best substitution, is 801, which I like much better. I was thinking about 433, and in this light, when I'm looking directly at the card, it still looks good, but I don't know. It wasn't even on the list from the two. So if you're thinking about getting this card but have so far not done it because it's very expensive, I can tell you this is one, and you probably can see it is already dog-eared and everything. It's one of the tools I use the most. It's also amazing if you try to find an overdyed floss substitution. So for example, if you have a pattern like my Night Walk Down, which uses Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colorworks, and Gentle Arts, and it uses one limited edition color from, I think it's Gentle Arts, that is no longer available. That is not exactly optimal. So what I did was I checked what Janine McGowan, the designer, had given as the DMC substitution number. I checked which other overdyed flosses were associated with that DMC substitution number. I bought them, and I checked with the help of this card which one I thought was the closest to the DMC substitution number. In that case, it was Brethren Blue, by the way. And since overdyed flosses constantly change, this is a great tool to have for that. And yes, I realize you are going to buy floss you are not going to need in that moment, and that's annoying. But if this bothers you, you can always use the DMC substitution the designer gives you as well. So, long story long, he's done now. Now I have to see if I can somehow manage to tackle these instructions and make him a pillow, or if I'm going to send him off to my crafty friend, who actually is a beautiful sewer. Also, Edette offered her help, so I could send it to Miami. But I actually, while I think the offer is so nice, Edette, I don't think this would be very efficient. I mean, I've seen what you have to pay for shipping. That's crazy. That's so crazy. But thank you so much for the offer. If nothing else works out, I'm probably going to take you up on it. Sending my turkey to Miami. Anyway, second piece, and I didn't do a whole lot on that yesterday. Hello, Lola. Yeah. Did you go to war with your sister? Don't look at me so innocently. You did. I heard her. So this is actually the piece I planned to work on this week before I started to throw my plan overboard and finish Strutting Tom first. I plan to finish the first page of the pattern. I'm going to show you the pattern picture once again. So this is a 4-page pattern. So, and it will not surprise you that the first page is basically this. And what we have done so far is the corner ornament. I had it done except for this whole part here. So this is what I did yesterday. That was only about an hour and a half of stitching, but I had put a lot of time into Strutting Tom already. I did not want to pull another 11-hour stitching day, because those, I can do that once, not twice. And I also wanted to do a bit of knitting, because I've neglected my knitting horribly. So, this is yesterday's progress, giving you a close-up of Lola's tail, obviously. And this is going back on the frame now, and I'm going to keep stitching on that until page number 1 is done. The good news is, with finishing Strutting Tom, I have already earned myself my Lindy Stitches new start. But I'm going to show that once it's actually up. So not now. You're getting a knot here. I need to brush you. She's looking at me saying, yes, human, you need to brush me and to cuddle me and spend all your time with me. Because I'm your cat. I'm your god. Okay, so here we go. I have, of course, forgotten again that I wanted to show something in my cross-stitching section. And the first word before you start the next one. So one of my commenters mentioned that she is not feeling very secure with the thought of having to pull single threads out of these 6-ply strands of floss you get when you buy cross stitch floss. So this is a silk floss, but I wanted to show you with a fresh thread I am actually going to use. This is my silk I am using for my long dog sampler. It's from Silks for You. Silks for You is currently on vacation, so you cannot purchase from them right now, but they should be back soon. But it's basically the same whether you whether you use cotton or silk. What you do is you take the strand of floss, you try to work around your cat so she doesn't bodge it up. Make sure it's not too bunched up, and then you have this end of the floss. And you can see it's already starting to unravel. If yours is still very tight, just take your finger and tap on it like this and it will unravel a bit. Then you will just pick one of the strands, you will push the cat away and you will pull, and it will bunch up underneath your finger. That is not an issue. Just pull steady. And let it bundle up. That's, I promise, not an issue. And then you have your thread pulled out, no problem at all, and all the bunched up thread will be fine. And that's how you do it. No, cat. You are a menace today. And she's thinking, you're playing with floss. What are you expecting? I'm a cat. So don't be afraid of doing this. It's very intimidating, but it's super easy. It's really super easy. It works just as well with all the other floss I have used so far. Just slow, steady. Make sure the thread is not bunched up before you start pulling, and it's absolutely fine that it pulls underneath your fingers. That's what it's supposed to do. But it should come out without any issues. And if you feel a resistance, straighten the whole thing out again and try again. All right, so editing Hiker is done. And she finally remembered to do this. Back to the original video. Okay, so if you are only here for the stitching, once again, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to move on to knitting next. And let's see if I can somehow get my knitting without disturbing the cat. So, you can see I magic knotted my second skein of this yarn to my project, which worked out exceptionally well. I was surprised. No. Stop chewing my yarn. I do not want to magic knot again so soon. So what did we do yesterday? I finished my 8 rounds of decrease. So we have 8 rounds of knitting and I decreased. In the end, I actually decreased a little more than I originally planned. Cat, stop it. You're such a cliche right now. Head this way. So, I decreased a little more than I originally planned. So I had planned to decrease 4 eyelets. And I now have decreased 6 eyelets in these 8 rounds. So I'm going to start on the eyelet rounds next, and there should be 6 less of that. Should be, because I have to recount first. I was already very tired when I did this yesterday, and I'm not sure if I did the correct amount of decreases, especially in that last round. So I have to recount my stitches on the needles first, if they are a multiple of 4 or not. And then I'm going to start back into the eyelet rounds. If I don't have to fix anything. If I have to fix something, I am probably going to start the eyelet rounds still like I planned and decrease until I reach a number of 4. The first 2 rounds of these eyelets are actually also rounds where you can decrease easily. No one is going to see that. Unless someone really inspects this cowl in the end. And then they are going to find a couple of mistakes, so yay, you can keep them. Anyway, this is a fun knit, and thank you for your comments telling me that I knit better than I give myself credit for. Honestly, I'm still stunned, because I've been trying to knit for decades and I never mentioned, and suddenly it's just happening and it's working. And sometimes I read instructions and go for what the everlasting is going on, because I don't understand them. But then I switch to YouTube and suddenly it becomes crystal clear. So that is, yeah, still a bit of a shock. So anyway, I told you I'm going to show you a yarn I have purchased and a project I plan to do with it every day in these videos. So I'm going to do that now. I think I might have shown this one. I know that you've seen the yarn. I am not sure if I have shown the shawl I want to do with it. Not entirely sure. But I just got the rest of my yarn last week, I think. It was one of those that was stuck in Miami for ages. You are not sneaky. So you remember, this was Knit Crate January, the natural colorway. This is worsted weight yarn. And this is called Bushwick, and this is called Concrete Jungle. And my original plan was to get 3 more of Bushwick and do the Farmhouse shawl by Cabin 4. I have purchased the pattern on Ravelry. It's going to be linked below. It's a very simple pattern, and that's why I wanted it, because I wanted to slowly build my skills, so to speak, and not dive right into something more complicated. I have, in the meantime, chosen some projects that are way more complicated, and you're going to see them in the videos to come. But I still had to get some of the yarn. So in the end, when I finally ordered, Knit Crate has this period they call Double Down, where you can buy the yarns from the boxes at a reduced price with an additional coupon on top. So it's usually something like 50% off, 60% off sometimes. I'm not entirely sure. But that always happens after the boxes for the month close, I think. So when that happened and I had my coupon on and I wanted to order, I didn't get 3 more skeins of the Bushwick. It was sold out after 2. So what I have now is 2 more of Bushwick and 1 more of Concrete Jungle. And what I'm going to do, you are going to see a picture of the pattern, but I have to pull it up on screen. It is supposed to be somewhere. I hate it when the Mac does that. That's the one thing that annoys me about the Mac, that I don't have this bar at the bottom where I can see all my open windows. Because sometimes things layer and it's really annoying to find the one thing you want. So you've been seeing the picture the whole time. I haven't. What I'm going to do, I plan to have, or I always had planned to have, one of the Concrete Jungles as the fringes. I thought that would be a nice accent to have a bit of color in there. But since I don't have enough of the simple yarn for the body, I'm now going to incorporate one skein into the body as well. And what I've been thinking of, because I don't want to waste the color in the garter part of the shawl, and the edge is mostly, the long edge, the finishing edge is mostly garter stitch, which is not my favorite as far as looks go. I thought about starting the shawl with this yarn and then move into this yarn with the first garter row, maybe. And if enough of the yarn is left, to use it on the very edge again before the fringes. That's what I've been thinking of. And I think it should be easy enough. I hope. Let's see. I mean, it's basically stockinette and garter stitch, so that shouldn't be anything I should have problems with at this point. But I haven't knitted anything this big yet, so this is supposed to be a shawl you wear not as a scarf but over your shoulders, which is what I prefer. I'm usually not someone who gets cold very easily, so I'm looking for big shawls because I want to drape them over my shoulders and my back. And I'm quite obviously not a dainty person, so they can't be too small. Alright, so this is the project for this yarn, and I'll have to check now which one I'm going to show you tomorrow. Alright guys, I'm going to stop this here. I don't think I have forgotten something. Jeez, I'm going to film this as a clip and insert it into the cross-stitching section. Because for the 3rd freaking day, I have forgotten that I promised one of my commenters to show them how to pull a thread out of a 6-ply thread of DMC floss. I keep forgetting it. So I'm going to film that as a separate clip and insert that as editing Heike into the cross-stitching section. Hi Lola, are you here to say goodbye? Yeah, you are, aren't you? Okay guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for the positive, wonderful feedback I have gotten for this idea. I'm going to try and keep that up for as long as I can. And let's see how that goes. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep safe. Call your loved ones you can't see right now if there are any. And yeah, talk to you tomorrow. Bye guys.